And we're live. Oh, sorry, I gotta take this off. There we go. Welcome in everybody to Intelligent Aces, episode 102. I am your host, Mayonnaise Chase the Mayonnaise of Intelligent Aces, alongside my other new co-host, Nightingale. Nemo is out sick at the moment. She may join in chat later and whatnots. Here we goes. But until then, it's just me and Knight because
the uglier, not BV tuber.
Yeah. Less.
I mean, I got them. They're
Less.
just not as desirable.
Well, you're less insectoid.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, I was flipping through all of these, all the news stuff that's popped up over the last, days or two.
And it's been 7 days.
Yeah,
it's been 1 week since you looked at me.
That's true. I really should incorporate that song.
Dude, it was a good banger back in the day.
I agree, bro. I agree. I know, like Smash Mouth and Bare Naked. I know a lot of those get hate back, but
actually, bro, dude, ska bands were fucking amazing.
Bare Naked Ladies, they had another album that dropped in 2015. I thought was really, really good too. And I think that was their last album, but I don't think that. Well, as far as I know, they haven't put another one out. Maybe I just missed it.
I actually haven't looked if the Bare Naked Ladies have dropped anything.
It was 2015, I remember. Is that the Minecraft thing?
Yeah, I just posted it.
Cool.
Bare Naked Ladies. Discography. "2017 looks like the last production album, and then I'm seeing some live albums. Let's see. Does this have studio albums? 2023. Yeah, In Flight. But it's not rated on any charts.
Really?
Yeah. Weird. Background recording. Now, a really good ska band from a blast from the past was Supertones. They were fun.
Super what?
Supertones.
I've heard it.
Supertones.
Only Minecraft mentions can reply. They have locked replies on this.
Yes, it's that bad.
Okay.
I'm just gonna DM you this for later so you can take a listen to it if you're ever into ska. That was one of the killer songs from the Supertones.
You hear me?
I was in this whole ska punk era back in the early 2000s.
No way.
It was right before the big Green Day phase.
Yeah, I'm looking back at that now. Oof.
Nah, it was good times. I enjoyed it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I liked one or two Green Day songs, but for the most part, I was not really a Green Day fan.
Okay, let me put it to you this way.
I think I sang along with some of their songs, true, but I think for the rest of it, I wasn't a fan. I just didn't. I don't know. They didn't do it for me.
So here, I'll frame this for you. It's 2004. American Idiot just dropped. You're at an all-time high of learning to play guitar. You've just seen the Punk Disaster Tour with Blink-182, Green Day, and Jimmy Eat World.
Yeah.
Actually, it was Jimmy Eat World open for Green Day, which was the pre-act for Blink-182, which was fucking weird, but Blink-182 was the actual headliner. So you've seen that. Your Blink-182 is at the peak of its thing with Take Off Your Pants and Jacket. You've got the Mark, Tom, and Travis show live disc. Green Day has been riding the wave of international super hits album. They drop American Idiot, and it's this rock opera, epic sounding guitar story where if you start at the beginning and you finish the end, the story, the cool thing about American Idiot, whether political or not, however you want to get it, is a neat story if you actually listen to it from beginning to end. It's about a group of characters that go through it. The story completely moves as a actual story from the opening song to the end. And these characters get introduced, and it's telling the story throughout the whole thing. And that's what I loved about Green Day growing up, is that if you took away the politics side, you took away what they stood for, what the songs were thematically translated as, but actually looked at the story they told between American Idiot and 21st Century Breakdown, it was really cool. It was great to live through. It was awesome to see it play live. And I still today would buy Billy Joe's guitar if I could have the spare cash to buy that white Gibson Les Paul Jr. Like I would still, because I mean, so for me, I want two guitars hanging on my wall: the original Tom DeLonge Surf Green Stratocaster.
Yep.
And the Billy Joe's white Gibson Les Paul that he always wore.
Yeah,
So
I don't know, man. Like, well, you're more. Well, I mean, you went into the musical entertainment industry for the most part. I've become disillusioned over the last few years. Like, for one, I was never able to focus long enough to play the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's ADHD, man. I would get excited. Yeah, I'm gonna learn to play the guitar.
Which is weird because drummers normally, or ADHD players normally gravitate towards drums.
Well, I never really get the chance to do drums.
Try it.
Well, you gotta have a whole fucking kit and a fucking place to play it, because
So I mean, you just never had a friend who happened to have one or anything like that.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope, never.
Band class?
Nope.
Like, I mean, not like band class, but like a music class ever, where it was just sitting in a corner.
No, not where they'd ever let you just go fucking bang on them for whatever.
Fair.
No, I don't know if I've ever sat out in front of a drum kit. Because
one of my good friends from my high school times, he was actually, I think he's about your age or just a little younger than you. Because he's older than me, but he's younger. He's somewhere around your age to a little bit between mine. And he was a freshman or junior or sophomore, somewhere in there. It was before he was a senior. He officially got diagnosed with ADHD. And I mean, he'd always messed around with drums, but he always said that that's the one thing that hard locked him in. And then it started being a trend when I started talking to other drummer friends, and they're all like, yeah, no, I've got like ADHD and shit. And I'm like, then how the fuck are you multitasking playing all this shit?
I don't know, because I think for one, like, I don't know if I have the rhythm because I've seen people play it, like I've watched people play, and I'm like, I don't know if I could do that. Honestly, like, to be able to, because you're literally simultaneously thinking about four things at once, and I can't do that. Like, that's one of my hitches with ADHD, is because, well, I guess if you get into your autopilot mode or whatever,
that's kind of what it is. It gets them to stop thinking about it, and you just do.
Yeah. Because
like doing this is one thing, just playing the hi-hat and like the snare kind of thing. Once you kind of get into that, your brain starts syncing up. And then your foot starts playing the rhythm. You know, kind of how you tap your foot to the beat.
It's the same with guitar though. I can't sync my left hand with my right hand when I play the guitar. Like so,
Is it because your hand's trying to do multiple fingerings versus where you're just hard counting with your hands?
I don't know.
Because like if you tap your hands on your desk and you just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4,
yeah,
1, 2, 3, 4.
I've done it on the steering wheel and stuff like that or whatever. You know what I mean? But to try to do a beat, I don't know. It's weird. I don't feel.
Here's what I would just out of curiosity do this sometime during the week and report back next week on the podcast. Download a cheap metronome on your phone, okay, and put it at like 105. And just try to take your right hand and tap on the hard tick of the metronome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Start with that with your right hand. On 2 and 4, tap with your left hand. So on 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So now you're playing a 4/4 pattern, and you're basically playing just a 4 note with your right hand, a 2 note with your left hand, and you're playing the basic 2. You're basically playing a basic beat there, and just see if your brain can process that and get into a quick autopilot mode.
Okay.
And just see if that's possible. See if your brain will let you do that. Because if your brain will fight that, then you probably can't speed it up.
Right.
Yeah,
I know.
Around like 100 beats a minute is where you want to start, and it'll be slow and it'll be painful because it is tick, 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 tick. I mean, it's slow. Sleeper agent. Oh,
must have happened.
We're gonna teach Ace here how to.
Also found my dad played guitar, so I had access to acoustics and stuff my whole life. My dad's got a couple Martins and my little brother learned to play too. But like for me, I would like, hey, I'm gonna take this guitar and practice, and Dad's like, oh yeah, take one. My barrier to entry was always my fingers.
Now I'm gonna ask a really stupid question. Was it because you were trying to play the opposite hand by chance?
No, just my fingers hurt too bad from trying to.
Okay, so like if you were to play air guitar, his guitar naturally would line up with that for you. You weren't trying to air guitar the other way, and his guitar was fretted and strung the other way.
Oh yeah, it's right-handed.
Okay, so you would always play right hand. So you would strum with your right hand, and you would finger with your left.
Yeah.
Okay, then because I know some people who had that issue, they said I couldn't play. They flipped the guitar upside down, and boom, they started playing immediately because their brain was fighting it because they were trying to play it the wrong way for their brain.
Well, see, I never got. Well, see, that was my problem. It was the little pain from trying to do the fucking chords.
Got it.
And because you got to get that callus or whatever on your fingertips or whatever, and like I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna sit down and do it. I'll just work until my fingers get
3
calloused.
hours later.
Yeah, no, like 20.
I got blisters on my fingers.
This just sucks. I nothing fucking works. I can't actually make the chords fucking work. I always found that funny because people it doesn't look like they hold the strings hard at all. And
correct.
They can hit the chords. Mine, like if I don't hold them down, then they're dead. You know what I mean?
Okay,
like,
I'll give you an example of this. It probably won't make sense. If it's not set up properly, you will have to have a death grip. If the guitar isn't made right, you'll have to have a death grip. If you have the wrong strings on, you will have a death grip.
I always wondered because I never really practiced with an electric guitar because I always felt like an electric guitar had softer stuff and
they have a smaller gauge on their strings. I'm going to give you an example. Have you ever heard of Yngwie Malmsteen?
No.
A crazy shred guitar player. He plays with what's called a scalloped neck, which means there's a small U cut out in between the two metal frets.
My fingers don't really curve very much, Flutter. They're kind of crinkly. And I got fucked up like where's my camera at? So let's say my fucking index finger is that much shorter than my yeah, you're about the same on that. So
but I mean a part of it is also finger spread. You know, how wide can you you got a pretty wide spread.
Yeah.
So you could grip wide chords. And I mean, I've also got the overarching, Because I mean, if you think about it, your thumb's going to rest on the fretboard. I can come up and have a full straight down. I can be very articulate coming down on strings this way, where a lot of people try to play very flat.
Yeah, maybe I'll bring the guitar back up again. I don't know. I don't know. Like I enjoy instruments. I always have. Always wanted to play them, but like I don't. I guess I don't. Well, I never got far enough in it to try to understand like the actual theory behind the music and stuff. I guess.
Well, I'm just curious for the ADH. Try playing around with the drumming idea and see if you can. And see if you can get into the basics of just the arm mechanics. Because what I would recommend to start
real needy today.
I thought I heard
it. Yeah.
What I would recommend is if you kind of start going, I might be able to deal with this. Just get you a drumming pad and a set of sticks, and I'll walk you through a couple sticks to look at.
Yeah.
And just sit there and bang on it and play rhythm to it, because I mean that's what marching band guys do is they all practice on the pad. Right. You can practice rhythms with your hands and get used to snapping the sticks around, and eventually all those patterns turn into drum beats. Like as an example, if you actually break down what Travis Barker does when he plays drums, it's very marching band. It's very those rhythmic patterns that he would do. The only difference is he's not doing it on one single drum. He's popping it around on all those, on all the different parts of the drums, which is what gives him that very unique rhythmic sound, because he's breaking up those really paradiddles that he played in marching band, playing around all of his fills, and how he does that on his drum kit. So I would say if you try your ADH on that first and guitar, because I mean that's a cheap barrier of entry. You're looking at maybe a $20 pad,
right,
and a $10 set of sticks,
right.
And
I may look into that down the road.
Super cheap, and I mean you'll get a good little like wrist forearm workout with it, because that first week you'll start feeling a burn right about in here in your forearm by just learning to bounce the stick properly. And how you squeeze it with your hand. This muscle right through here should start burning. And once you get used to that, it's great, because I mean 90% of your motion is right here. It's right there in the wrist.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the biggest thing is like I'm in an apartment complex or like a townhouse complex now, and I got an adjoining wall over there, so I can't bang on like
it won't. Set. Yeah, you don't want to bang on metal, but
yeah. So
that pad is dull enough that nobody would hear that.
Nobody's gonna hear that. Yeah.
No, I mean, you just set it on your bed, set it on a chair, and that's gonna take up a lot of the absorption anyway. I mean, it's just a dull rubber pad, so I mean, that's all it is. They might hear a little tick, 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 but as long as you're not doing it at like 3 a.m., nobody's gonna give a shit.
Did you hear that tick, 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 tick?
Yeah, I saw him. Huh? What?
What are you doing?
The doggo stream.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'll fuck around more down the road. I just always was, the guitar thing. It sucks having ADHD, because you do get excited about that. When it doesn't work out, you just kind of like, well, fuck that, I can't do it.
Yeah.
And then the problem with that is because sometimes you can just pick it up and something and just do it.
So guitar has a cheat mode if you want to play like very quickly. It's called drop D. You can play with one finger.
Yeah. And
it can get you playing music faster. It's not going to be your country stuff, but you can play basic chords that way. And this way it's at least the positive feedback loop of, okay, I can start playing to my songs that I like. It's just not the pretty chord. Then as your hands build strength, because honestly, that's how I kind of got into that early phase of, while I was still in the awkward phasings of learning how to like get the grip strength for all the chords, I could play drop D very easily, which is also why I stayed, so heavily into punk, metal and stuff like that, because that's what they use.
Right.
But then as my hands got stronger and as I got that strength, I transitioned out of drop D into normal chords. And then it just became another toolkit to have, Do I want to play this in drop D? And then I got real fancy for a little while, and I was playing the open chords in drop D just so I could have that low D note to be able to drone out and stuff, because it sounded cool. Yeah. So I get all fancy with it.
Nice. Well, that's cool. Like I said, I'll report back next week. We'll see how it
Yeah, just give it a shot. I'm curious. If you want, I can send you some. I'm gonna check on the app. It's called Tempo for me, but I don't remember if it was a paid app or not.
Okay.
Because I have two musical apps on my phone, Tempo and ISO Strobo Soft, which is the tuner that I have on my phone, and that thing's fucking killer.
Yeah.
For I think it was like $5-6, I could have a strobe tuner on my phone. I was like, what? These things are like a fucking $200 tuner, and I can get it for $8. There's no way this works. I set it down next to my guitar tuner. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh.
So I've had that for the last decade on my phone, and it'll tune anything. We've tuned cellos on it. We've tuned notes on checking saxophone. Like he was pulling into a note, and he was just not pulling the note far enough on his rod thing, the little lever, and he was being able to push the note just a little bit into it more because he could see it as he started pushing into the note. He could see the needle going up right to tune. He's like, "Oh, dude, this is fucking sick."
Right. All right.
Do you want to?
Yeah, I'll move to some stories. We want to jump for ADHD machines. I figured out that we can.
Here, take him in soft with this.
And other.
Start with that, just to kind of
the Minecraft thing.
Yeah.
I think that's the one I.
Yeah, but start with this one. This is the debate to get going.
Fuck. The fuck is this? The fuck is this? Another. All right, let me share the thing. Another batch of baby mods have entered the world. Who's hoping you run it? God, you know what? I'm glad I stopped playing Minecraft.
Now you can. They've added even more baby mobs to Minecraft.
I mean, fine. I guess. Whatever. It's so you can run into the baby versions. I guess. Baby mods are adorable. They're squares. They're smaller squares on smaller squares. They're squares. Okay.
Yep.
That's all it is.
Yep.
Like a fucking naked mole rat over here. What the fuck?
The armadillo, I think.
Naked mole rat.
Yep. We'll go with that.
But
this news comes a day later after some other.
Oh yeah. So there's babies and baby rioters pack dropped. Riot your babies, teach your kids how to riot. Do the rioting for the oppressed Minecraft. Why, dude? Fucking why? Just why, man? In the free Good Trouble DLC, explore global civil rights movements, meet changemakers, learn how to stand up, speak out, and build a better world. How about you just make fucking games, you fucking weirdos? Why the fuck are you trying to make a political statement in a kid's game?
Yeah. Now, I will put out this...
It's the education edition. It's for the history of civil. It's for the rewriting of civil. It's for the rewriting of history. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. They're not teaching people proper shit. They're fucking trying to rewrite the history. They're trying to put. It's for division. It's not for teaching anything positive. I guarantee it's not for teaching anything positive. I try to stay apolitical as possible on this channel. I am political for the most part. I try. I fucking try. This here. I can't try. I can't deny this. Why? What's the point? And, they lock the replies. Gee, I wonder why they lock the replies.
Like, okay, here's the thing that I think is where the line in the sand needs.
I learned about Rosa Parks in school because a teacher told me, not because fucking Minecraft showed me. You know, like just teach it.
That's kind of where I was gonna go. Is
It's Twitter. I mean, this is Twitter. True, this is Twitter.
but this is also
This
Minecraft.
is Minecraft's official gold fucking checkmarked page that promoted this. And from what I understood, it's when you open up Minecraft, this DLC deal pops up on the fucking home screen, right?
Under the Education Edition.
Yeah.
So you can't just instantly get into the
What's
Education
up, Chris?
Edition. The thing is I think this is where the line needs to be drawn. As a video game, just be a video game. Do not be an educational platform trying to push any educational thing. Like Minecraft, just stick to being a block building game. Don't do shit like this. I get the idea of it, but just be a building game. Be the neutral party here. Just be what you are. I don't care if it's right or wrong. I don't care if this is.
Wait. Why does this look like Jeffrey Parks?
I have no idea.
This is supposed to be Rosa Parks. This looks like a dude.
I mean, they're Minecraft skins, so
yeah, I agree. But like, also, while we're on the subject of them Hollywood doing Hollywood things, I vote we should make Sydney Sweeney Rosa Parks play Rosa Parks in the Rosa Parks biopic that's coming out. Because why not? Why not?
Are you trying to Netflix adaptation this?
I think Netflix is doing it. Yeah, I think Netflix should do that. I think we should. Why not?
So you got to flip the race of whatever the actual person is.
Yeah.
Because that's the Netflix thing.
I mean, you know, being biased, I think we should just put Sydney Sweeney in everything. But yes,
got it. So all blacks are whites, all whites are blacks. Okay, this is gonna be awesome. I mean, totally, nothing can go wrong with this.
I think it should just all be white, and then they should just treat her like she's black. But it's just there's not a single black person in the whole movie, but they treat her like she's black.
How would that work?
Imagination. I mean, who gives a fuck? It's a fucking movie. Who cares? It's fucking fake. I mean, it's Hollywood. You know what I mean? Like,
or the funnier part is it's a white person playing a black person who's portraying a white person, like whatever the thing was from Tropic Thunder.
Yeah. So I make this joke after people would be so mad. Yeah, it's fine. Make her Eminem. Okay, I can see that. People. So here's the thing. Have you seen anything about this Nolan movie where he's doing Odyssey?
Chris Nolan's Odyssey.
Yes. So
I've heard about it, but I haven't like dug too deep into it.
So they've casted a bunch of people in it, right? So I am referring to this movie, and this is maybe a new genre that I've just coined.
Okay.
It is celeb slop.
Celeb slop.
It is all of the actors. Here we go. Let's just share this tab. All right, here's the cast. Matt Damon's in it.
Oh, so it's another Saving Matt Damon movie.
Yeah, Matt Damon. Ellen Page. This one. Tom Holland. No quote. Like, this person's in it. Don't know what they're playing. Already hired. Don't have a clue. Tom Holland is Telemucus, or whatever the fuck his name is. I'm going to pronounce these really bad. Zendaya is Athena. Robert Pattinson is Antonos. Fucking whatever. This Mia Goth. I've never even heard of this thing. What the fuck is this thing? Melanin. Anne Hathaway's Penelope. John Barathol is also Melanin. I don't know what the fuck that name is.
Oh my god, it's like a bazillion different people that have been in.
Right. So, like I said, celeb slop. Look at all these celebs. We got all these celeb slop movie here. Like, I get it, actors or celebrities, whatever, but like, these are all the ones. So the lady who played Black Panther's girlfriend or whatever Black Panther movie is supposedly going to be, is rumored to be actual Helen of Troy. You know, Helen of Troy, the blonde-haired, blue-eyed thing in Odysseus.
Oh God.
Yeah. So we got the top cast. I don't know who this is Agamemnon. I have no fucking idea who this goofy looking motherfucker is. I've never seen this guy ever. Agamemnon is one of the only names that I actually recognize from the Odyssey besides Odysseus, right?
Yeah.
No idea who this actor is. Fucking no idea. We got we got Sloth from Ice Age, who's a fucking moron in this movie. Like this guy, okay. Charlize Theron's also very weird these days. The fuck is that? The fuck is that?
I mean, she used to be very spank worthy.
Who the fuck? What the fuck? Huh? Who? Why? Where? I've seen this guy. He was in seen this guy in something recently. James Remar, cool guy. I like that guy. Like that actor. No idea who that is.
So all I'm seeing is yet another movie that we're having to save Matt Damon. Is got to be what it is.
This Josh Stewart looks like Macaulay Culkin. Am I fucked up? I look like Macaulay Culkin. Yeah. So anyway, I have zero fucking. So man, here's the thing. People are like, why don't people go out and watch the movies anymore? Because they don't. These are all fucking garbage. Nobody wants to watch this dumb shit anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it's awful. It's ass. We were talking about Minecraft. Anyway, sorry, I went on my little
side tangent.
Celeb slop rant about the movies. Same thing. Let's be honest. Avengers Doomsday, celeb slop. That's what it is. It's just let's cram as many fucking recognizable names in this shit and hope you fucking go. That's all it is. What's up? What's up? What's up? Mary Dammy. It's Mary Dammy. It's welcome in. Okay. So more Minecraft. I don't know. I don't know. Like it's just not a good idea. I just don't know how they thought this was a great idea. And it's more suits thinking that they're doing the right thing for whatever.
Yeah. Like I say, I think for me on this one, I don't want to see games trying to teach me history because here's the issue. Everybody's going to have their opinion of the history.
It can be done. So what I thought was a cool, and it can be done if it's not trying to be revisionist, if it's not trying to be some way or the other for the most part. So like they did a cool thing with Assassin's Creed Origins where they did like this. Basically, I think they were trying to enter. I think it may be in the game too, like a teacher mode or whatever. There's no combat, there's no enemies or whatever, but they can take you on like a virtual tour of what the pyramids would look like because they were supposedly built historically accurate or whatever, or what Egypt would have looked like, back when the pyramids were built and all that, like in that time period. That was supposed to be, and like that.
Okay, that to me is different than what Minecraft is doing here.
Oh, I agree. Like I said, some history can be done correctly, and I'm not a Ubisoft fan at this point right now. Anyway,
okay, I can see where that's cool. Like, okay, if we take Odyssey and Origins, Odyssey takes you through Athens back in the day, which is cool as shit. You kind of get to walk around the streets and see what it's like. But it's not claiming that this is exactly historically accurate to the T. No. It is still fantasy.
Right.
But it's a cool teaching aspect to show you kind of how the streets of Athens look like.
I like this. What do you miss? I miss the way that I viewed the world before I knew too much about it. That is very true. Ignorance was very bliss back in the day.
Yep.
Very bliss.
And with Origins, I think that's neat that it takes you through the pyramids, through that historical time to show you some of the ideas of how it was set up and really functioned. That's a neat aspect, but it's not trying to say that this, Pharaoh did this, and this is why we celebrate this today. Because this just feels like virtue signaling to me.
Let's read what So I pulled up the actual Minecraft website. Ajax, what do you want?
Everything.
Come here. Side. Come here.
But let's put it this way. I think this is where my stance is. I don't want a game. If I was a parent, I don't want a game to teach my child something that I may not approve for them to learn at a specific age. It's different when you're older, and yeah, I'm all for stuff like that. But let's say you don't want your kid to learn about any of that at a really young age, because you don't want them to get the wrong impression on either side. Okay. You want them to have a more mature mind before they can get into it, so they can see why there is good and why there is bad.
Okay, so this was actually updated September 29th, 2025. Huh?
What?
Yeah. So this has been out. So this is just like somebody's just now discovering this. Okay.
This was.
Well, I looked it up. This is the actual Minecraft.net website because I wanted to read what this is. Discover the meaning of good trouble with Congressman John Lewis and journey through time to meet leaders of global civil rights and social justice movements who were the catalyst for positive change. Okay, not terrible. What's the channel about? What's this channel about? Basically, this is the Intelligent Aces podcast. We do gaming entertainment news every Thursday, and I normally try to talk a bunch of shit about things I think that are dumb. That's what the channel's about. Yeah. I try to be funny, but we also try to stay topical too. Okay, this lesson uses historical events and leadership principles to help students understand how civic action, moral courage, and good trouble have shaped society and how similar principles can guide their own actions today. Students will study the essential questions and have social justice and civil rights movements. When was the term social justice coined? That was like 2019, 18, something like that. All right. Use the Selma to Montgomery marches. John Lewis' life as lens to explore civic action and moral leadership in the broader global movements. And shape societies. Encourage students to recognize how individual and collective leadership can drive social and political change. Good trouble. As active citizenship, highlight how various social justice movements around the world, women's suffrage, India's independence, anti-apartheid, equal education for girls, parallel and intersect with each other. Understand the major social justice movements across history and how they intersect with civil participation leadership. Identify key leaders, including catalysts of social movements. John Lewis, Martin Luther King Jr., Mandela, Pankhurst. That sounds like a hot dog. Gandhi, and examining how they influenced laws or societal norms. Explore how activists past and present make critical decisions to foster positive change, including peaceful protests, civil disobedience, and community organizing. Research and reflect on important historical figures across different movements. Okay, so on the surface, may not be that bad, but at the same time, it feels like this was pushed at a time where there's a lot of things going on in the world.
Yeah.
I feel like this has researched its, it has resurfaced here. Vocabulary. Teach your kids about activism, protest, catalyst, civic duty, nonviolent, social justice leadership.
Okay, I'm just going to throw
all of these buzzwords.
And see, this is where I guess I have the issue, because I think about the age range that actually plays Minecraft. I don't really want a 5-year-old learning about any of this at 5.
Yeah, no, I agree. So I'm trying to see. So this
like a 10-year-old, sure. As long as we can have an actual discussion with the kid and you understand what's really going on, but just straight up, just blindly giving this to a 5-year-old, 6-year-old would be, I think,
history K through 10 syllabus. North South Wales, Australia, United Kingdom, stage 3 and 4, whatever the fuck their stages, or is that third grade? I don't know. United States, Common Core, Social Studies, 6.8 to 1. So does it say what grades?
Well, I mean, Minecraft Education Edition is not something just normal either. Like, it's a very guided experience.
Could you imagine your teacher like, okay, kids, we're going to do our studies in Minecraft today?
Yeah, and see, I just see the kids nowadays somehow getting in creative mode and like killing everybody.
Yeah. Define good trouble, identify key social movements, connect historical movements. So I really want, I need a TLDR on this, really. But I don't know. This seems very fucking suspect to me. This march in lockstep seems very fucking suspect to me. I'm getting not good vibes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this feels very virtue signaled.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is it's fine to teach about history. It's fine to teach, like, we were taught about Martin Luther King. We were taught about these things. But I feel like this is taught in a way where it's like, it's good to go out and do these things if you believe in it hard enough. You believe in it hard enough, you believe in it hard enough, you believe in it, you believe in it, you believe. It's like what's the word where they trick your brain?
What's brainwashing?
No, well, it's not brainwashing. Well, I mean, yes, it's brainwashing. But what's what thing that flashes on the screen? It was like something hypnosis, right? Like what was it called?
Subliminal messaging.
Subliminal messaging. Thank you. That was the word. It was not messaging in my own brain.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's what it feels like. It feels like some kind of little, they're like, oh yeah, are you sure you? I mean, look at these. These were all really good people. All these really good people, went against the grain or whatever.
But then there's also context. Somebody got mad enough about what MLK was saying. They killed him.
It's true.
I mean, there are ups and downs to some of these stories, and not saying he wasn't right, but I'm saying, could he have been wrong about a few things?
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, things like that happen, and it's one of these weird things with history where we'll never know the real answer to it. You can speculate, like, I mean, here's one for history. Do you think the real reason why JFK was assassinated?
I don't really want to get into that here.
No. I'm not saying like in that aspect. I'm just saying like you as a person, from what you read in history, do you feel like you would know why JFK was assassinated? Do you think there was enough information ever given that you would be able to come up with a conclusion of why he was assassinated?
Well, I think Alex Jones said it best. They're turning the fucking frogs gay.
Well, I mean,
as far as that goes, like there's a gajillion conspiracies about it, right?
Well, I'm not talking about conspiracy theories. I'm just saying from a history book.
I know, but I know from the history books. Yeah, somebody was mad at him and shot him. Like that was basically all the information we had for years, and everybody knew that wasn't the actual case, right?
And that's the issue that I feel like.
Well, here's the thing. So you're going to send me on a rant. I've been trying to avoid this, but here I go. So these conspiracy theorists are just people who are right before the truth is accepted. You know what I mean?
Alex Jones was right, Jar.
You know what I mean? Like, let's be honest. At this point, like, you should start. If a comedian said this, you should start listening to conspiracy theorists because they fucking know what's going on, even though the truth won't. They won't allow that truth to happen, and it's true, which is why you speculate everything. So going back to the history of this and that, whatever. Like I said, I think this pops up. Like I said, we just looked at the website, so it didn't actually show up until last September, end of September, last October, or whatever. Which now there were also still protests doing then, but like even more so now.
Yeah. But it also is weird that it happens to show up right at the beginning of Black History Month.
Well, there's that, but then there's there was a lot of children. They were organizing walkouts of like elementary schools,
Yeah.
middle schools, high schools. For, one of them, they were like, oh, this school scheduled a walkout against this thing or whatever. And it's like, this school has 0% math scores or whatever. Like, it's just, they're bad. It's awful. Like, maybe you should teach the kids something instead of letting them walk out to do this crap. You know what I mean? Like, they're creating, to me, useful idiots. They'll never amount to jack shit. They will be completely reliant on these people, and that's all they need. Useful idiots.
That's just why I brought up the history thing.
One useful idiot has the exact same voting power as you or me, who actually do try to study these things and try to look at it from a critical thought process. You know what I mean? Like, we try to study different angles of these things. I don't try to give knee-jerk ways, but when somebody says something that's so off the wall to me, yes, I'll be knee-jerk for the most part, and I will think they're dumb. But at the same time, I do try to critically think on these things. But then you get some drooling fucking moron that has the exact same, that his vote will cancel out my vote. And that's the problem. That's the problem we have. You know what I mean?
And for me, it's like I try to look at history like with the JFK thing is I can see what the textbooks tell me. You see some of the stuff and you're going, if this is true, this is wild. With how some of the theories of how things happen. And it's just like, you talk about some of these historical events with some of these peaceful protests and life-changing things. How do we know that wasn't ended up being some CIA op or something like that to push some other agenda?
I don't have my Rumble channel up. We're gonna have to start talking about video games now. I'm gonna lose.
No. This isn't meant. I'm just saying. It's like That's the only thing that makes me hesitate with content like this. Is
I feel like, in my honest opinion, the Minecraft Good Trouble DLC or whatever, in my honest opinion, is done in bad faith. I don't believe it's done. I don't believe it's done to help in the way that they want to portray that it's supposed to help. That's how I see these things.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? Like,
I can.
Good. It may be actually informational. It may be all of these things.
Because some of the stories are very interesting.
Yeah, but like I said, I don't believe that they are doing it in good faith for
it's not just to teach you how to protest simulator.
Yeah, that's the way I see it.
Yeah, no, I can get that.
Let's make fun of something. God damn it, I gotta make
easy.
New Horizon game revealed. Huge woman archetype again. Also missing a leg for disabled points. Sony, what are we doing?
Okay, Diabetes is what we're doing.
So I will. Okay, we're gonna watch the trailer because I have a trailer for this.
Yeah, listen, I am all for thick, loving, and curvy, but damn.
So I really, no one wanted that in the Horizon community. Literally no one. Yes, the game looks awful. Holy shit! Eli's coming in and agreeing with me. Welcome in, Eli. Okay, so yeah, this is Horizon Hunter Gatherers. I'm not gonna lie, just the art style. They went with a very Fortnite look, right?
Yep, it's that Unreal Engine shit,
which sucks because Gorilla's
engine is fucking god tier.
I think it's Gorilla. I think it's just called Gorilla, right? Gorilla
I can't. I know what you're talking about. It's their in-house engine for Horizon. A great engine.
It's the one that Sony uses for about everything right now.
Yeah. Wasn't it what did
fuck?
What was the game? Killzone? Wasn't it that engine that made that?
Well, yeah, Gorilla started with Killzone.
Yeah.
And then they ended up doing Horizon. And I actually think the latest Gorilla engine was designed around Horizon.
Okay.
I think they developed it.
That's what I was gonna say. Is I swore that kind of reminded me of the Gorilla engine. Kind of came back to the Killzone.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Guerrilla Games made Killzone, and that sucks too because that one, because they hired people who made Dauntless, which is that look. That's true. All right, wait.
All right, make sure you bring it up on the.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, this literally looks like Fortnite instantaneously.
Well, and Dauntless, yeah, people said and Dauntless, which is true, which was just Fortnite as well. I mean, let's be honest, it's that. But I mean, most racist design?
Choose your hunter.
Actually, I think they stole that from Pal World. What the fuck is that?
An old fart.
It's Grandma. It's a fucking.
Doth that mother knoweth you hath her curtains? Or drapes? Or whatever the line was.
I hate everything about this, and I'm 3 seconds into it.
Select your class.
Healer, damage dealer. Choose your class. Now, can anybody use any weapon, or do you have to certain weapons?
It sounds like hero shooter kind of shit, where they're gonna have that.
Looking like shit's, like so the old man swinging the hammer, weak ass fucking scrawny armed man swinging around a big hammer, mind you, right? Tiny girl doing the acrobatic stuff with a staff, basically a fucking insect glaive, and then you had the black guy shooting people. Things. Sorry.
Shit.
The weapon is locked. Yeah. I hate it. I hate this so much. The designs, the rest is roguelike. Oh god. I like roguelike too in some fashions, but what the fuck, man? A fucking Monster Hunter roguelike, like you can't even do it. It's just luck of the draw to do the build to hunt the fucking monsters. It's so dumb. Okay, it works for certain things, not for a fucking Monster Hunter style game. That doesn't make any fucking sense. The designs in Horizon for the creatures were fucking cool.
Yeah,
that robot, semi-organic looking mech stuff.
Yeah, the mech dinosaur shit.
Were all their parts? Yeah, were all their parts like they looked like that and they had a purpose, right? This fucking cell shaded fucking horse shit. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck, man? Why? Look at this fucking static ass background too. Look at that. Damn, what? Sony is any percent speed run to fucking losing as much money as possible. You ever see that? What was that movie? It's the Money Pit or some shit like that, where it had Richard Pryor. He was supposed to like spend $1 million to get.
Oh yeah, he's doing that thing where he could.
Yeah, his inheritance was like $50 million, but he had to spend $1 million. Or whatever.
Yeah, I think it was he could take $1 million right there on a spot, and that would be it.
No, he had to spend it. He had to spend
because I thought there was 3 conditions. One was he could take $1 million right there and walk away. 2, he could risk it all, but he had to spend, I think, $10 million, but he couldn't do certain things. He was only able to do certain different key things within the 30 days, and if he didn't do it, he didn't get any of it. And it's a lot harder to spend that money because you couldn't just blow it on big
Brewster's Millions, right?
I don't remember exactly what it was called, but I do know what you're talking about.
Brewster's Millions, 1985. Fucking year I was born. Holy shit. John Candy was in it. Okay. Montgomery Brewster is a minor league baseball pitcher with the Hackensack Bulls. He is best friend Spike Nolan. Okay. At a Manhattan law office in Granville, where Baxter and Nolan work, Brewster was told by executor Alvin Roundfield that his recently deceased great uncle Rupert Horn, who he had never met, had left him his entire $300 million fortune, and with several stipulations. Brewster can choose to receive $1 million up front or attempt to inherit the whole estate by spending $30 million in 30 days. In the former case, the firm owners, George Granville and Norris Baxter, will become the executors of the estate, collecting a fee and performing its service, dividing the remainder among several charities. In the latter case, Brewster may not own any assets that are not already his, at the end of the 30 days. He must get value for the services of anyone he hires. He may not willfully damage or destroy any intrinsically valuable items he buys. He may donate 5% to charity and lose 5% or more by gambling, but he cannot give any of it away. Finally, he must keep the challenge a secret.
That's going to be really hard to do.
Yeah, in the 80s, yeah. I would say it was really hard to do in the 80s. Like he even goes so far as to like do a fake campaign or whatever. And then when he gets close to winning, he drops out because he spent so much money like trying to campaign for some political position or whatever. But if he won it, then he'd have a salary. I remember that part of it. Like if he won, he'd have a salary. Therefore, he wouldn't have spent all the money or something.
Yeah,
so he had to like withdraw or whatever.
No, I mean it's an interesting concept, but I mean, yeah, no, they're here trying to definitely 80% bankrupt Sony.
Right. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, dude, like this is just like. Well, you know, Sony, they did talk about this a couple years ago, where Sony was like, yeah, they're all in on live service games. And for some reason, they keep beating this fucking. Like, I guess they're trying to make the Horizon franchise like Star Wars or something. Because you know they did the Lego Horizon, which nobody bought.
Yeah.
And then they spent a shit ton of money on Horizon 2, which half the people bought. I think it sold half of the first game or something like that. Triple the price.
They think they had a great long-term IP like The Legend of Zelda, where it could go into a bunch of different things.
Well, I think that would have worked if they would have landed the second game. You know what I mean? If they'd have landed it, that would have been fine. But no, they went all in on this. So they did a Lego game. They did this. They did a bunch of Horizon crossover shit.
Win together.
Dude, see, that sucks so bad because the fucking Thunderjaws is such a fucking badass. And you know the thing, like I said, so they did like a Lego crossover. And they did not. You couldn't find a Horizon Lego sets, like the actual Lego sets. Yeah,
that sucks.
That is. You know how dumb that shit is. Come on, guys. Like a fucking Lego Thunderjaws would have been awesome to fucking build. Look at this. Look at this shaded fucking horse shit, man.
Where's Chubby at? She's not even in this.
So this is the official gameplay trailer. Oh, look, there she is right here in this. So we had the first three characters, not the tank or whatever the fuck.
Of course they didn't show Chubbs because they didn't want to enrage.
So we got three other characters here. So okay, let's look. I got another one. Overwatch, not Overwatch. Gameplay story cinematic trailer.
That's Highguard.
Is it Highguard? Oh fuck. Okay. Hold up. I thought I picked. Okay, what the fuck? Hold up. Oh shush. There was 2 trailers for this. Where's the other one at? Hunter Gatherers official cinematic trailer. Okay, here we go. I thought I clicked it. I guess it did not. All right, here we go. I'm bringing it up. Hang on.
We believe you. We believe you.
Click on buttons. All right. Game engine footage. All images may appear in the final game.
Of the old world came machines.
I need Sam Elliott.
For ages, they were the guardians of the natural world.
Looks like utter dog shit. I cannot believe how shit this looks.
Now, they're getting deadlier by the day. All across the land, people are dying.
Zordon!
That's why our leader gave me this command. We have to fight back. And to do
of misfits.
Soldiers,
We need a suicide squad. Wait, what?
hold the line. And mercenaries who may have crossed it now and then.
Oh, and a peg leg. You can move real
Infiltrators
fast for
Diabetes.
one leg and being 700 pounds.
who hide in the dark.
Ninja.
And champions who shine in the light. Upstarts whose stories are just beginning.
George of the Jungle.
Looking for one last shot. The last line of defense. For those who need it most.
Wait, is this the guy that's in the first Horizon game? The other big guy that's the fuck was his name?
I don't remember. I barely remember playing that game.
There was a guy that had a fucking mustache like this in that game. Yeah, I think that's him. I think this was the character from the first game. Hard to recognize in this shit dumb art
Greatest
style.
hunters in the land. This made up
Okay, it's a shadow over there. I thought I was seeing some weird artifacting here.
of the greatest hunters in the land. This is Hunters Gathering.
Lame. No one.
Yeah, tell me your DEI.
This is a free demo and I want money back. This is a free trailer and I want my money back.
Yeah, that's something.
Guys, what the fuck? What the fuck are we doing, man? What the fuck is even happening? Okay. Yeah, this is dog shit. And I made an off joke on X earlier about this. I said, well, they're trying to clone Monster Hunter Wilds, and I don't think Monster Hunter Wilds has the same teeth as it did before. I take it back. Even in Monster Hunter Wilds shit state, it is 1,000 times more impressive than that shit is. That is awful. That's terrible.
Yeah,
it's completely
that's a bit rough.
Oof.
When I saw that, I was like, how did they not learn from anything that has come out in the last 2-3 years to know, hey, maybe we should look at changing art directions a little bit. Maybe we should look about changing our idea, because people are rejecting this shit pretty hard.
This is funny. Watch this. I'm gonna mute it because it's got music on it.
Bowed.
Wait for it.
Oh yeah, the same faceism. I've seen people talk about this over the last couple days. Yeah. Yep. I see where you're going with that.
It's funny. I clicked the wrong button. Fuck. It's fine.
This is fine.
I don't know where to go now. I don't know what to talk about. I'm completely dejected after that Horizon thing. It has taken all the wind out of my sails.
Oof.
Okay. Let's. I found some. I wanted to talk about Crimson Desert a little bit. I know we kind of touched on it before we launched the podcast, but I was saying that maybe as a single player, maybe it's good. I don't know. Okay. Crimson Desert. Where should we watch the trailer? Should we watch a trailer or should we watch like a showcase thing?
That is up to you on what are you trying to get out of.
Well, that's what I'm saying. When I search it, I get IGN, I get PlayStation, and actual Crimson Desert YouTube.
Sure, that's probably.
Okay, we got a 9-minute features overview. That's number 2. Is there another one? Okay, what's most recent here? 15 hours ago, 16 hours ago, Crimson Desert. Okay, this is the most recent thing.
I think this was a showcase of something that I think they just.
Well, it's 9 minutes long, so we'll skip. We're gonna skip through bits and pieces. I'm not gonna reshare the fucking tab because I clicked the wrong thing. Or do we want to watch? No, let's go through features because the story stuff is whatever. I mean, like. You know, we're wanting to look at technical stuff at this point.
Sure.
Because I think they were trying to compare this to like maybe like a Witcher game or.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back.
I see some Skyrim
Desert
stuff.
Features overview video. Last time we took a closer look at Pywell, its characters, the stories within, and open world exploration. Today, we'll be shifting our attention to another important aspect of the game. Combat and progression.
I already see like these particles which look cool in a trailer. I think would be very
progression.
Black Desert's been pretty good with their particle systems.
Combat in Crimson Desert is visceral, and the battlefield is yours to shape. You will grow your arsenal of skills, weapons, and equipment, and it'll be up to you how you use them.
Combat looks
whether it's an aggressive
pretty
offense,
flowy,
precisely timed defense, or even using your mount and the environment to your advantage.
Oh, I got a bear mount. Look, fuck you, Highguard.
Is full of possibility.
Yeah, so you fucking mechs. For some reason in this game,
wide array of weapons from sword and shield.
But that's pre-Marnie.
Great swords, axes, and various ranged weapons.
Like this is 500 years
Each
before Black
has
Desert.
Its own advantages. Yeah. So switch back and forth to the ones that best fit your style and the situation you're in.
How does she have the Valkyrie Call of Enslar?
Powerful weapon skills can be paired with hard-hitting, bare-handed hits and kicks, as well as a wide range of grapples to create seamless chains of attacks.
How complicated is this system going to be?
Elemental enhancements further expand your
and that's already what's confusing me is how does the I know how the key commands work in Black Desert.
Stun enemies. So combine weapons and chain skills the way you want and forge your own approach.
So, I mean, combat. Some games have figured out how to seamlessly switch weapons and stuff. Well, fucking,
your mobility.
It looks really cool.
Are also a big factor in combat. Slides, dodges, counters, and swings flow directly into attacks, keeping you mobile and relentless.
What the fuck?
Well-timed guards and dodges open up enemies for a counter, letting you strike back and keeping up the pressure.
Definitely has a power fantasy feel to it. You know what I mean? You fucking attacking just waves of dudes.
That feels grounded, yet explosive and endlessly expressive.
Striker, okay.
Of course, the skills you've just seen won't all be available from the start. If you've seen some of our previous gameplay videos, Cliff is usually shown at a much greater height of his power, wielding a wide range of devastating skills.
Ow. Ow.
But when
That would
you
definitely not
awaken
feel
in
good.
the aftermath of the Black Bear's assault at the start of your journey, you start from scratch with a more limited set of abilities and equipment. A core part of your journey in Pywell is the transformation from a survivor into a truly formidable Greymane, and you decide how that progression takes place. As we mentioned in our previous features video, you will acquire artifacts, fragments of the abyss that have fallen to the world below through quests, combat, and exploration. They lie at the end of many trials in the possession of powerful bosses and hidden across Pywell, including up in the abyss. Acquiring these artifacts will be crucial to your progression, as they enable you to increase core stats like health and stamina, unlock new skills for more skill chaining potential.
So we got a full character
and
creator
enhance
here, I'm
existing
guessing.
ones, thereby increasing
Not
your combat
really.
and exploration capabilities.
Like, I keep seeing these three. Like, so there's like this orc guy, there's that
There's
chick.
Some
three.
and then-
skills and upgrades
Yeah.
cannot be obtained through artifacts alone and must be observed firsthand out in the world.
How
You
many
may be
fucking
the type to want
systems?
to upgrade your stamina quickly, to run and glide around
Keep
the
in
world
mind,
longer
a
to
part of this
explore.
was built off the entire Black Desert engine.
Right. This looks cool. I'm not
Or
gonna
you
lie.
may want to unlock and upgrade all the diverse grappling skills to continuously slam enemies into the ground.
Zerker says hello.
Stone Cold.
Decide
Said
which
so.
skills you want to combine and unleash during combat, and choose the direction of your progression by considering your playstyle.
This is one of those too many options games that I don't like.
While learning and
Well, it's
mastering
like,
your
oh,
skills
you can
is
play this
important
game in a
to
completely
winning
different
battles,
way the next time
the
you play it. I'm
equipment
like,
you
yeah, but I
bring
already
to the
beat it, so I don't
battlefield
want to play it
can
again.
be just as crucial.
I did that with Elden
As
Ring. I
you
thought, no, I'll play
travel
through Elden
across
Ring. I'll do
Pywell,
like a
you
different
can
build. Welcome to
buy,
Elden Ring. It's
find,
going
and
well.
craft the gear that gives you
I'll
the
do that
edge
with
in
Elden Ring. I
combat.
did like a fucking, bleed build the first time. I'll do like a magic build or a power build. I hated it. It sucked.
Your equipment can be upgraded for higher stats.
Really? You mean like every other game?
Materials for upgrading
Where's the
your weapons, armor, and
pry
equipment
through
can be
pen
found in a
bullshit?
wide range of ways. Through mining
Talking about
and
the.
hunting,
This is Crimson Desert.
defeating powerful bosses, through quests, and by uncovering them in
So
hidden
in Black
locations.
Desert, you had it was like a random. It would
You will
fail
also
right
be
for
able to
upgrades.
customize equipment with extra stats and special effects.
Either it goes or it doesn't.
Right. I would say in a single player version, you don't really have that.
Mix and match
like,
these
rarity.
across your weapons and armor, and experiment to discover what combinations work best for you in
It
the
does, yeah.
battlefield and out in the world. All of that preparation leads to your greatest tests. Across the continent of
Fucking
Pywell,
Fuzzy.
fearsome bosses
Jesus
rule,
Christ.
waiting for your challenge. They come in many forms: human and beast,
Yeah,
steel
Ace
and
Combat
sorcery,
6. Wait, what?
brute force, and mystery. They'll test your limits in different ways.
Hopefully they don't have
At
your
the
weapons
end of these
degrade like
hard-fought
fucking Breath of
encounters,
the Wild.
Special rewards await. Some equipment earned from bosses can even grant access to their signature abilities, or grant unique effects and bonuses. So build on the strength you gain through each victory. Take down these threats of Pywell and prove yourself a true Greymane.
I don't hate it.
Well,
That brings us to the end.
Wandering,
of
you have to remember,
features
this is
overview
Black
video.
Desert
We hope
in
you
its
look
core
forward to Crimson Desert's
is what this
combat
is.
and your progression journey as you
Well,
explore.
wasn't it
and
supposed to
divide
be an
across
MMO and
Pywell.
then they changed their
No.
mind?
Thanks for
No,
watching.
it's always been
and we'll
supposed to
see
be
you in
single
our
player
next
Black
and
Desert.
final features overview video.
The general idea, from what I remember, from the little bit that I kept up with it, is this is 500-ish years in the world of Black Desert. at one point we thought this was going to be the expansion to Black Desert, and it was going to be the other side of the world. But that's quickly changed when they announced this was going to be single player. Because Crimson Desert is referenced in the Black Desert lore.
Yeah, I'm with you. Wondering, I'm okay with it. I'm not an MMO fan anyway. I like the combat. Looks good to me. Like it looks very flowy.
But here, let me put this out there for you, not to ruin this for you.
I mean, I'm probably not going to buy a fucking 100+ hour RPG game. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't have the time for that shit anymore.
I was going to say, I don't know if you're going to
I wouldn't.
Key commands if it ends up being Black Desert's key commands.
Okay, so I think it might be like kind of how that Where Winds Meet game was, where it had like controller
more roguelike, more Souls-like.
Yeah, I think it may have two different ones. I think for like Black Desert players, it may give you the option to do keybinds, your hotkey stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think there would probably be a controller scheme. If they were smart, they would do a controller scheme for people.
They have to at this point because they've literally developed Black Desert on console, so they have to have the know-how in-house.
But I wonder if it, not just a controller scheme to how you would control Black Desert, but like a controller scheme on for action combat like that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna console peasant this thing anyway. Yeah.
Okay. My 45,000 hour BDO brain is. Yeah. I'm getting weird. My spidey senses are tingling in weird ways, and not in the good way.
So here's another thing that people are pointing out is that sites like IGN and Kotaku and those sites like that are talking a bunch of shit about this game. So it's probably going to be a hit because those games talk shit about games that are hits and then fucking praise games that are shit. You know what I mean?
Let's start here. It's Korean made, so it's not been DEI washed to hell and back.
Yeah.
But okay, let me pull away my absolute rage boner for Pearl Abyss currently.
Yeah, I know that's going to be tough.
Just because of the bad taste they left in my mouth with BDO.
Right. They're bad at playing a game, which is good news. That's true.
I originally was curious about Black Desert, or curious about Crimson Desert a long time ago while playing 2019, 2020 Black Desert. It came out originally just like the title teaser of it where you got the Crimson Desert is coming. And we were like, okay, this could be cool. What is it? Is it the land on the other side of the world that we could look at in the map? And then obviously as years went by, they got more and more information out on it, and it ended up being a single player game. Okay, it's going to be a prequel to Black Desert. Well, how prequel? Well, you're not even in the same region, so you're not going to be in Hydael or Velia or anything like that. It's on another part of the continent of the world. So that's where, again, we got our hopes up. Is it across the world? No, it's not that place. It's not Margoria. It's going to be fucking over somewhere else, probably the land of the east, where you can kind of see, if you go to the edge of the game, you can look over and you can see this massive continent over there in the skybox. So my worries are going to be the combat system, because you're right, it is very what the fuck are you doing kind of skill sets. But from what I've also heard, each character has their own unique skill sets, so it's going to be more class-based like Black Desert, where the sword and board guy is going to play more warrior-like. You're going to have the archer, the female who's looking like she's going to be a mix of Deadeye meets kind of Valkyrie-like. And then the orc guy, which is a new race for us, the orcs were in there. He kind of looked like he was playing Berserker in a way, but then they had their own, obviously we saw a lot of the melee stuff, and I mean that looked very Striker.
Well, they had a bunch of like grapples and chain takedown grapples.
The Striker Mystic combinations. Ninja had some of those. So what I'm wondering is, are we going to get a system that is still going to use the key combinations? I'll try to type one or two in here. I'll put it up over here. Like, and these are actual like key commands that you would see in Black Desert in playing their game. So I put that in on Twitch. So like Shift F to E plus F plus Shift Q, like you would see those types of key commands to do certain things. Is each one of these specific button combinations going to be, okay, you put this skill on here, or is it predetermined that this skill only is used with this key command? So you can only use certain Shift plus S skills. E plus F forward movements, WQ, WE. I mean, they play piano basically with Black Desert. So I haven't done enough digging into it just because of one of the big rage boner against Black Desert and Pearl Abyss.
Right.
But so I don't know, but I mean, if they're doing this kind of thing with their key commands, that could be how you get this creative playing, because then it's like basically shopping your skills of how you want to play. If it's limited to, you can only pick these skills, so you may have two E plus F skill commands. You got to pick which one you want to use. So do you want to grapple that's E plus F, or do you want a sword swipe that's E plus F? Like, it's going to force you to choose between the two. I could understand why they're doing that. The itemization in this, I'm waiting for the big debate that you're going to have the 1 through 15 pen, pry through pen bullshit, and you're going to have to deal with that absolute toxic bullshit of having to deal with. Of course, that was the Black Spirit. I don't believe from anything I've seen where it talks about anything to do with the little gremlin from hell. So I don't think that we're going to have to upgrade with black stones or anything like that, because that's part of the Black Desert. Visually, it looks just like Black Desert upgraded on remastered mode for me. I'm not like impressed by this by any means. I've lived it for fucking 10 years. So it just looks like remastered mode, but with more particles and a bigger depth of field, which is fine because it's not running on a server. It's running on your computer.
So we saw some stuff. So I know you rode around on horseback a lot.
Yes.
In Black Desert or whatever.
Uh-huh.
But I was seeing like some of the other parts of that trailer, like he was climbing a fucking mountainside. And there was like this gliding animation where he was gliding with the cape, and one girl had like a helicopter umbrella.
Yes.
So it looks like some of the traversal stuff. And then like obviously there's a bear mount, there's a fucking mech mount thing you can get in.
Yeah, so climbing was something they teased a long time ago as a life skill, believe it or not, for Black Desert. And I want to say like 2017 to 2019, somewhere in that range. During one of the Heidel balls, they teased climbing was going to be a life skill, and we all laughed their asses off, saying, what are you thinking, you fucking retarded pieces of shit? You want to add climbing in when literally the only defense for these castles are the fucking walls. Oh, well, we'll make it easy, to where you can defend against this. We won't let every piece of the wall be scalable. We'll make sure there's ways to defend against. And they laughed them off so hard, they eventually just dropped the idea. So the climbing aspect, the scaling, I think is probably going to work a lot like Assassin's Creed. Like, you'll be able to traverse probably just about anything. So if you want to climb their slong, you can climb the slong. If you want to do whatever,
right,
you can go do whatever. The gliding, was only really available on the Pegasus mount. If not, there was a few classes. Lon had a temporary glide where she could fly a little bit. Dracania had a slight fly as well for a few moments. But as far as like long-term flying, that wasn't a thing. The mech is technically lore-ish accurate if Marnie exists, because Marnie does have the ability to build all these robot contraption-like things, but we also have the I never ended up doing the story for it. For the stuff up in shit, I forgot the name of the area. My brain's info dumped it. Anyway, there was an area with mech robots that we would grind.
Right.
And so, I mean, lore-wise, these mech things were in there. It wasn't all pure fantasy. We did have match locks. So, I mean, having guns, obviously they introduced the Deadeye so they could have a gunslinger class finally after a decade. So, I mean, guns existed. We had the Zerker cannon, but I thought that was a Marnie kind of like idea for the Awakening. I'm just partially also afraid this is going to turn into a Souls-like game in terms of certain mechanics. Like, you're going to have to really do it. Like, commit to, you're going to have to parry this, you filthy casual, on certain things. Like, it's going to turn into one of those things versus...
Well, to me, a lot of that stuff, a lot of knockback, like he's fighting 4 or 5 guys at once. It didn't look like he was in super amounts of danger for mobs. So the thing about, like, most of your Souls, like, the normal mobs, you know, bosses are deadly, true, but normal mobs will fuck you up, you know, in Souls, like, if you're not careful. My only concern is that it will be miles wide and an inch deep. That's true. And it could also be that. The combat definitely looked good, but it's one of those things, like, it comes out March 26th or 29th or something like that. So it's like 4 weeks away. So we'll know then. And is it a $70 AAA title? You know, if it's big enough, maybe it's worth $60 or whatever. Maybe it's worth a full price game. But we'll see. We'll definitely, you know, it's not a day one purchase for me by no means, for sure. But
I would have to see a lot more for me to consider it because of my history with the IP in general.
Right.
Because I know how boring it is to play Warrior. I know what Zerkers like to play. I know what Strikers like to play. I can see all the base classes that are represented in this. And I'm going, do I really want to play that again?
Deep in what meaning? Wondering.
I'm
kind of wondering if it's like it's got a lot of surface features you can see, but like they don't go far beyond that. I kind of if that's what he's talking about.
I mean, the general
tons of features and things
story,
to explore. Yeah, there's very little depth to the features and excessive repetition. Yeah. So you fight the same enemies and the same style of base or whatever. Yeah, I kind of wonder that too.
I mean, there's only so many races and ideas in Black Desert, so it depends on what they're bringing over from the lore that existed prior and what is in this new continent that is not represented in this new area of Crimson Desert. Like, there's enough character depth, but it's going to probably always be go here, kill this, return, go here, kill this, return, go here, kill this, return. And it's just, what are you doing? Like, how actual RPG is it to where it's not just a killing simulator?
Yeah.
Like, is it going to be Tomb Raider like with puzzles and shit where you've got to go around, platform on the puzzles? The flying thing is interesting. I don't know. Like, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's confusing me because I haven't been following it enough to go, like, that whole flying sequence that you saw with the big ass bird. I'm going, Where the fuck did that lore come in? Because we knew of nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm getting Witcher vibes, but like I said, it's one of those things. Like it looks promising. Like it doesn't look like it's a. Honestly, to the character design, which obviously is Korean for the most part, they look good. Medieval-ish looking, good looking characters. Not this shit that we just watched with Horizon. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to seeing how it works, how it's going to work, how it's going to perform. It's not, like I said, it's not really a game for me at this point. Like, it would be awesome if I could play a game like that if I had a ton of downtime on a handheld or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying like that game is obviously it's big enough to play on like a big TV and or monitor with a powerful system or whatever. But the time sink in those type of games, I would rather spend 5 hours playing 20-minute matches in Battlefield than I would spend 5 hours in a potential 100 to 200 hour RPG at this point. You know what I mean? And that's just it's weird. Thing is, because it's single player, it's likely to draw a lot of new players that aren't too familiar with BDO, and they aren't going to care about lore consistency. That's true. That is true. I mean, this could draw in people who not really familiar with the lore of Black Desert.
I also think that's a blessing and a curse, because then people will start talking about it and the two together.
Yeah.
And then it will start getting some of the negative connotations because of certain aspects of BDO. BDO is going to definitely impose that it is a Korean grind fest.
Just want to know how many skill I can slot, because games like this varies a lot from 4 to 12. I don't know if it's so the way you're talking like skill slots is like MMO and or isometric like Diablo or whatever, where you have different skill cooldowns. I want combos.
Probably Black Desert's. It was supposed to be Black Desert's action combat system.
Yeah.
It's what it was supposed to be when it was talked about. It was supposed to have that signature piano style playing combat system, which is what is amazing. It's going to be a very hard sell for me. Not saying that it doesn't look cool. It's not neat. It couldn't be fun to play, but fuck Pearl Abyss, man.
Well, you just really had stupid beef with one moderator / community, whatever. Those people are always tool bags. You want to hear the
really awful part? I'd rather spend $100 on a value pack and fucking play Black Desert for a year than go play Crimson Desert, in a way. Because there's 45,000 hours of...
Yeah, that's because you're addicted.
Well, no, I mean, I'm not addicted. I haven't played it in fucking, 6 months now?
Yeah. No, I'm fucking with you.
But it's like, I would almost, in a way, there's a part of me that would rather go back to that than go play this.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not going back to Black Desert. That ship's fucking long gone.
All right, I got some other trailers to pass through after that one. I got these other articles here, but I don't know if I really want to get into. There's a bunch of AI talk, NVIDIA, this and that. I did see this is from Twisted Voxel, the Sony thing, saying that Yote is outpaced Tsushima.
A bullshit.
I don't believe that for a second.
A bullshit.
Well, there was a talk right after Tsushima or Yote launched. They're like, oh yeah, it's not doing good. It's they're just like this and that. So CMs are not devs. You put hate on people who don't even you don't even know you're alive. I think. Yeah. I think that's what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there was that thing that happened. Yeah, I don't know. We got any comments? There's ad comments. Is there anybody that actually commented off this shit? I think this is bullshit.
Oh yeah, I there's no way. For as much as people have ragged on this game and said how garbage Ghost of Yotei is,
You know, people that actually gave it honest shakes too said that they got bored with it. They said the combat. So I thought was a cool thing in Tsushima. So you just had a sword, you had a regular katana, and then the small tanto blade, right? And the tanto blade you'd use for stealth kills, quick draw, stealth kill, and then you had 4 different combat stances you would do with your katana, and each stance was strong against a different, like a guy with a sword and shield. You had a stance that was strong against sword and shield. You had a stance that was strong against a guy wielding dual blades. You had a stance that was strong against a guy wielding a fucking spear, like polearm weapons. And then you had like a stance for big guys, for like big club wielding guys. And you could switch between those pretty smoothly, right?
yeah.
And you would just switch your stance up to fight these different guys.
Mhm.
Well, in Yotei, from what somebody had described, you get a bunch of different weapons, right? You can get dual blades, you get singular katana, you get the big ass uchi katana. Is that the great big one, or whatever?
Sounds about right. I'm not 100% checked out
yeah,
on.
whichever that one is. And but you get like multiple different weapons, right? But
Yeah.
the different weapons combat the different enemy types with different weapons. So
Okay.
dual katanas would only work against this certain enemy type, and then these other weapons. So you were very on rails to like, oh, I got fucking dual katana, sweet. Well, they're only good against this one enemy type. So I have to switch out of the cool weapon. So it's like an illusion of choice, basically. You don't really have the choice to run dual katanas, Consistent criticism is the same as Tsushima, but with a weaker story. It's rock, paper, scissors with weapons. Yes, thank you. Yeah, weaker story. I don't know. I think I was so ready to see Jin go to the mainland, Japan, and like continue his journey there. Like he was the ghost in Yotei, and he fucking dips because he's a wanted fugitive or whatever after the events of the first game, and then he continues his story on mainland, helping a wandering samurai again. Basically, you basically start from scratch more or less.
Yeah.
And it would have been great, and then they just went this completely other route. The premise was cool. The Yotei 6 was kind of cool or whatever, where you go against these people, but like, I don't know, just like, a fucking wandering swordsman walks in and he's just a complete badass to these jackass, and then like you start righting wrongs in these areas and stuff that were,
Yeah.
It would have been cooler. I would have been more looking forward to playing that. And then the lead actress that they cast for Atsu, I don't care about, and I don't ever want to see in a game or listen to her. Like, I just refuse to support that, so I'm not going to. All right, let's do trailers now. What do you think?
Sure.
All right, we did the hunter gatherers thing. Let's skip that one. This was interesting. I think it's a Ninja Turtle VR game. I'm always down for Ninja Turtle stuff, but this looks like a VR game to me.
We recently released Dev Diary.
Yes, it is. MetaQuest 3.
The general mechanics of multiplayer, especially how we wanted every player and friend group to pick their own flavor of.
I hate this.
One other really important.
Can we just get a good Ninja Turtle game, guys? Like, for real, can we just get like one that's not like, I played a side scroller beat 'em up that somebody did, the Shredder's Revenge, I think is what it's called. Fantastic. The music and stuff all feels very 90s, but with like it feels very Ninja Turtles, but with it's all new and fresh music and stuff, but it still feels that way. The animation felt really good. It was just a fantastic game. I would like a cool 3D Ninja Turtle game. What the fuck? All right, let's go to I don't want to watch this trailer.
As soon as you found out MetaQuest, you're like, nope.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm just not like fucking VR does nothing for me. This is official announcement trailer. That's for 100. Yep. All right. Sea of Remnants. Okay, so this was the puppet game that we watched the trailer for earlier.
Relax. There's always a bigger fish. Relax.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's see. What is it? Easy peasy. Oh, it's still hanging around. Not for long. Hiya.
I wonder if there's different characters you can play as.
Molly, let me have this, will ya? You stop. Eat this. Gotta teach you a lesson. No chest survived me.
It's very Jinx coded. I got Sea of Thieves vibes with this.
My precious. Precious sisters.
NetEase. You know, as much shit as I want to give NetEase, I tend to want to play most of the games that the trailers that I watch. They're more interesting than a lot of this other shit that I'm seeing.
Sing to me, treasureling. Lead the way to your fatter siblings. A new adventure awaits. Full sails.
Yeah, so I'm guessing. So the other trailer I watched was a male lead, so maybe multiple characters to play as.
Yeah.
Okay, First Descendant Season 3. Yeah, and then he's put a lot of good stuff, I think. Plus, they recently banned all this AI in your studios.
Almost arrived.
NetEase did? I mean, outfits are very outfitty.
This is one game I've never gotten into.
Well, I was curious because I saw that in the thumbnail, the melee, and I was curious if they were going to pull, they might. So, okay. So Warframe actually started out with basically guns only. And melee was a lot like First Descendants melee, where it's just like one attack or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then they added this melee, all the weapons and stuff. So melee combat actually was super viable in Warframe now. I kind of wonder if that's what they're doing here. Or if it's just a couple characters, I don't know. But if I see more wielding, so there was like a sword. I saw a lance thing or whatever. That's an outfit. Jesus.
In my effort to stay awake for this, I ended up passing the fuck out. Well, we hope you're feeling better. Boost your start. I mean...
Yeah, so the problem with this one is I've yet to try TFT. So I have 150 hours in this game, something like that.
Let me pull up how many hours I have in it.
Yeah, I know. You played it like 2 hours or
No, I had an issue. I couldn't stream it.
Right.
Because that's what got me to play Warframe. Is I literally was chugging frames on my 3080. Let's see here, because that's what I was curious: is how many hours did I actually try to play this on stream? Let's see here.
I just uninstalled this game the other day. Dude, like, come on, Steam. I know it's the First Descendant, but is it under F's or is it under T's? Because
It's not under F, so it's got to be, or it's not under T's. It's under F.
It's under F's. But
I have 2.5 hours where I tried to play it.
Fuck, I'm at 286 hours, almost 300 hours in this game.
Damn, son.
Yeah. But I haven't
Last
touched
time
it.
I played it is July 25th, 2024.
Yeah, the last played August 28th, 2025. I put a lot of hours in on season 2 playing through or whatever. I hate the monetization stuff in that game. I hate that, like, oh, they've got cool outfits. They're all $17 a piece.
$17 a piece. That's cheap.
Well, yeah, but they release a new one every other day.
That's
You know what I mean?
cheap.
Well,
Bro,
I don't
every
give a
week
fuck.
we had a $30 costume dropping into Black Desert.
Yeah, but yeah, this I don't know. I don't like the monetization of that. Compared to some gacha games, it's cheap. You guys are gacha games have hurt you guys. Like, seriously, what the fuck?
We've been touched in very
Clearly.
odd ways.
Clearly. This game looks cool.
Toxic Commando.
Yeah. NetEase banning use of AI in development processes, but they have since denied that claim. Play, god damn it! I thought I hit play. There it goes. What the fuck?
Welcome to John Carpenter's Toxic Commando. The newest co-op
So-
zombie shooter launching March 12th.
Yeah, this is giving me Left 4 Dead vibes.
Today, you'll be getting the rundown on missions.
Yeah, the other games, you just
progressions,
look at their
and
ass.
a whole lot more about the game. Strap in. It's time to fucking go commando.
Literally, though, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's different costumes, and it's literally just cosmetic. They serve no other purpose than just cosmetics.
Toxic Commando is a 4-player co-op action survival
Hydroconius
game.
says
The
otherwise.
world's going to hell, and mutants are everywhere.
Oh man, I'm in trouble.
Get your crew together and play as Walter, Kato, Ruby, and Astrid. A bunch of criminals hired to clean up this mess. And
Well, that
nobody
explained the
seems to
fucking
know
weird-haired women.
You'll blast through multiple missions, each in a semi.
I'm okay with weird-haired women if they're just expendable.
Open world packed with zombie heads to blow off. Get ready to face hordes of those sludge monsters. Saber
The voice lines are
Interactive
not
technology
very-
throws hundreds upon hundreds of real enemies at you simultaneously. We're talking endless waves of zombies running straight at your face. Adapt fast, work with your team, or just grab a machete and charge into the horde like the maniac you are. In Toxic Commando, every mission starts with a badass vehicle, and you'll need it to navigate these infected hellscapes. Each has its perks. Stuck in blood and guts-filled mud with more zombies closing in? Jack a ride with a winch to pull yourselves free, and crack open locked containers loaded with ammo, weapons, spare parts, and fuel. Teams bleeding out? An ambulance is your savior and heals everyone. Check your map for available rides and switch whenever you find something better.
Well, you got a giant map to work your way through.
Where weapons engage.
You've got all the toys you'll need to blast these monsters back to hell. Pick your primary from 16 weapon types. Shotguns, SMGs, sniper rifles, you name it. Secondary weapons like pistols back you up when you're running dry. When you're looking for brutal, bloody takedowns, melee weapons are your friends. Machetes, crowbars, all kinds of good shit.
No, he said shit in the trailer.
Devastating gear like heavy machine guns and grenade launchers are hidden in missions. Explore and exchange spare parts to unlock them.
Yeah.
That's what we need. Choose a kick-ass ability for even more blood and explosions. Dominate in your own style by choosing among 4 unique classes. Strike for aggressive mayhem. Medic to keep everyone breathing. Operator for drone warfare and tech. or defender to be an unstoppable wall. Stack your squad however you want. Run 4 strikes if that's your vibe. This game is built from the ground up for 4-player chaos. Use matchmaking or grab your friends in a private lobby. With crossplay, anyone can join from any platform. One last piece of advice: if you want to play Lone Wolf, you'll get swarmed fast. So
Yeah, the thing about the voice lines or whatever,
get ready for
you can turn that
nonstop
shit off. That
co-op
shit
zombie
doesn't really
destruction.
matter.
Mark your calendars.
You know what I mean?
March 12, 2026 is Commando time.
The gameplay looks fun. Looks fun. Demo on Steam, February 19th and March 2nd. Yeah, let's play the demo. Maybe we'll play the demo and we'll just see. How about that? How about that? Is that it? I got more. Pioneer. This is another one. Wastelandy, first person shooter. I'm not gonna gonna have to start getting these folks high on shrooms or some shit, and making them like they're actually in the game, get the good voice lines. Yeah, maybe. Ow.
Mouse acceleration on that much? All right.
Yeah, wondering. Thanks for swinging by. Curious. Don't know. I like a good first person shooter.
Can you imagine how the boy must be feeling? Even facing death, he sees One for All as a treasured gift from his favorite hero.
Is it possible to become a hero even if I don't have a quirk? I can do it. Visualize yourself as a hero who can arrive anywhere.
I won't lose.
Never had in-game voice on anyway because English is trash language
If I
because the
can't
people
even
they
save
hire.
one little girl, a hero who saves everyone, can I really
I don't agree
call
with that.
myself a hero?
So,
I agree with the
tell
people
me,
they
why
hire.
is it you want to be a hero?
Well, that all goes to who's directing too.
I'm sick of all these pretty lies. You know, you're always taking a beating for everyone else, but I want to fight with you.
I won't go
I wonder if
down
this is like
this,
open
Deku.
world.
I'm
That's what I'm trying to
always
figure
ready
out.
to challenge you.
I won't let you bear everything alone again.
With everyone in Class 1A working together,
Our hope for the next generation isn't just you. It's all of you.
No idea what's happening in this
Let's
game.
put an end
I don't
to
either.
this. We'll blast through to your main body. Come on, guys!
please. What's on your mind? Tell me.
It's because of you. I'm becoming the man I always wanted to be. So run! Sometimes we have to do things we don't like. Lights tend to flicker on and off. Even if mine is snuffed out, someone will pick up my torch and shine in my place.
Now, Detroit Smash! Quintuple!
But even if all I can do is crawl, I'll still fight. Because I want to witness
I will say the anime
crazy
ended pretty
charge
epically.
With my
I
own
liked it.
eyes. This is my story.
It's our story! Fear not, because we are here!
Hey, is it just playing through the fucking anime though? I guess so. All right, well, that's it. All the seasons in like 5 seconds. Yeah, that's true. Well, it
It's
looks
probably
like
just an RPG about it.
it looks like they're focusing on that's the final season. This is the final season stuff here. Honestly, though, weirdly enough, so I've been watching. So I watched all of it. Kakarot. Yeah, that's what I was figuring. Or the Naruto games. Naruto had a bunch of those story games where you do battles or whatever. There's a Vigilante series that they dropped after this one ended. They have it actually came out last year too, but season 2 started this year. But it's not focused on the kids in the high school. It's more focused on just street level heroes or whatever.
Okay.
It's pretty good so far. Yeah, it's more grounded. All right, there's the trailers. Yeah. That's pretty much all I wanted to talk about that really jumped out at me. I have a couple other articles here, but I don't know. Nothing really jumping out at me. We spent the first 30 minutes talking about music, so there's that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Let's see. Yeah, I think you covered the goodie of it. I mean, there was a couple filler things, like the PlayStation 2 is getting an emulator classic thing, which could be cool because PS2 had some sick ass games for it.
Yes, I'm gonna go pass out again. Good night. Feel better.
Good night. Feel better.
Feel better.
But yeah, it sounds like they're launching a. My PS2 is somewhere. No idea where it is. But there's a part of me that still wants to play Ape Escape again.
Why?
Because I had fun catching monkeys.
Yeah, you know, I think a lot of the games that I really enjoyed on PS2 have been remade or whatever. Like I can get a hold of them now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't think there's anything I'd want to play out. Like Okami was really good on the PS2, and they're finally doing Okami sequel, which I actually own Okami again on my Switch, which I don't have here anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a fantastic game that still holds up. Okay. Most of the PS2 games I don't think hold up. I don't think
really
PS2 holds up. Yeah. No, I enjoyed my PS2. I just don't think they hold up.
Okay.
They're just to emulate unofficially, in my opinion. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I just don't think. And the shitty part, like, there's the games I actually would like to play again were on PS3, and PS3 you can't emulate. You can, but it's way trickier to emulate on PS3. You know?
Yeah.
Because that cell. So like Metal Gear Solid 4. Metal Gear Solid 4, you can't find it. Like, unless you get it on PS3, you literally can't play it anywhere else. You can't play. They can't do a PS or PC remaster or whatever. They have to redo the whole game.
That's wild.
To do it because of the cell processor or whatever that that PS3 had. Literally makes like doing this stuff impossible. So why? It just made some kind of weird thing. It requires a beast of a PC to emulate it. Yeah. No, I agree. But that was so the technology in the PS3 was supposed to be like way ahead of its time.
Yeah.
But it was not compatible with anything else. That was the problem with it. And it never got adapted to be the next thing, right?
Yeah. Now look at us.
Well, it's like Sony went out on the Blu-ray. Sony went out on, but they lost out on the memory stick, right? Because Sony had their own proprietary memory too. They won Blu-ray. They lost that. They lost the cell processors. So Sony was innovating products that people preferred, but it just didn't win out in the cost effectiveness or cost efficiency or whatever it was.
Yeah. You know, I actually did a HD DVD versus Blu-ray comparison back in the day. I had both on a 1080p TV, and HD TV was a cleaner image.
This is my exercise.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
You working out? Oh, good girl. That's good work.
Yep.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 4 is deadlocked by. Yeah, that's the problem. And it was a fantastic game. I really like to play it. I would like to experience the 5-hour ending credit scene.
I don't remember it being 5 hours when I watched it.
5 hours. because I fell asleep the first time I beat it, and I had to beat it again to see the end credit scene.
Because me and my friend beat that game. I remember because we sat on my in my room beating that shit.
Maybe it was 3 hours. But it was
A movie, basically.
Yeah.
I don't remember that at all.
Let me see if I can find it. Metal Gear Solid 4 ending. Full. Hour 39.
Okay, now that sounds more believable.
It felt like 5 hours. Yeah, no, I did. I fell asleep to it.
Damn.
And then I beat it again. Then I beat it I did a no-kill run. That was fun.
Oh, damn! You actually did that?
Yeah. There was one. If you got the Sega 12 gauge with rubber bullets, it made it super easy to do.
Okay.
What's up, Bushwick?
Yeah.
So yeah, you just trank dart everybody with like trank dart sniper rifles and trank dart pistols when you can. But then if you actually got into a gunfight, the Sega 12 gauge with rubber bullets, you could just plug people with those and knock them out. even there's like a chase scene where you're supposed to like use a mounted gun or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You just switch over to the Sega shotgun and you shoot it, and it does enough damage.
Okay.
Same. So all the bosses, the chicks that were like, what were they called? I forget what they were called. They were the animal ones. There was like the one chick that was like a raven. There was an octopus, and there was like the wolf. But you basically, I can't remember what they were called. Whatever squad they were called. But basically, you you beat them, you knock them out, and then it goes into like that weird white room cutscene thing.
Yeah.
And then if you pull out your camera, they'll pose for they'll like you go to take because you have like a digital camera thing. You pull it out and you go to take pictures of it, and they'll start posing.
Oh shit.
That was like a hidden feature, and then you could just like knock them out, trank them or whatever, knock them out in that, and so you never had to kill any of the bosses. Yeah. So, yeah,
damn.
No kill run. I've done it. That one wasn't terrible. Now this fucking stealth run in that game would be a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Full stealth run. No.
That I would imagine.
Yeah. It was so funny. I let my brother-in-law borrow it, and I hadn't played it in who knows how long. And he messaged me one day. He's like, "How the fuck do I beat Vamp? How the fuck does that work?" And like, I immediately knew. I was like, "Oh, you fucking get him in a chokehold, and then you inject him with like the nanite syringe.
Yeah.
It suppresses his nanites so he can take damage. Because otherwise, he'd keep regenerating."
Yep.
Yeah, that was interesting. Well, I think it's a podcast. I'm tired. Holy crap.
Yeah, I'm not seeing too much more.
Yeah, no, I'm scrolling through some stuff here. So, yeah. Well, all right. We'll be back next week, episode 103. Anything coming out between now and then that we want to talk about maybe to try out? I don't remember.
I'm not sure.
I don't think there's anything really popping off at me that I could think of. So
yeah, I'm not thinking of anything too much that's popping off.
Yeah, we'll be back with just another episode and whatever happens between now and then, which is bound to be some bullshit happening because there's always some bullshit happening somewhere.
Yep.
Wait, what?
Huh?
I mean, there's this. That's a statue and a half.
That is definitely a statue.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a modded statue. All right, you guys have a good one. We'll see you at next Thursday. Same bad time, same bad channel. We'll be back. Yeah, have fun.
See ya.
Bye.